morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today, my voice is still shit and I'm just walking back to my car to make sure I locked it. Thankfully it rained the other day because now it's not filthy. So it was getting dirty. But if you live in a flat, it's difficult to get a hose pipe down to it, or a hoover. So I don't know what I could do. It does need a good clean out though at some point. When I've got spare time and spare money, I'll treat it. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yesterday I just took the decision yesterday to go to bed early. I say early, it was 11 o'clock at night instead of 12 o'clock. It got to 11 and I wanted to do report work, but I knew I wasn't going to get much done. I knew it wasn't going to be a productive hour. So I thought it's best to sleep and hit today hard. It's obviously a long day for me because it's a Thursday, and then I'm going to get home and I'm going to do more. And I'm considering, well, I might not have a choice. I might have to go to the library in Bristol to do more because I might need internet. If I'm doing something that I think I might be doing for my report, I'm going to need I'm going to need the internet connection. So there's that. Otherwise today, in all of my gaps, I'm going to go and sort out report stuff. I'm waiting for phone calls from telephone companies to tell me what the fuck's going on with my internet and why it's not been set up for the date that I expected it to be set up. I was expecting internet on the 28th, and it now might look like it's the 5th of November. Maybe. I'm not happy, so as you can probably imagine. So I'm filing 2 big complaints against both the company I'm going to and BT for being dicks. So we'll see how well that progresses. If today turns out fine, then my complaint will, if they say, oh no, we'll be fine on the 28th, which I don't think they will, I'll drop one of my complaints. Still, I lost 2 hours last night on the phone to telephone companies because they're just idiots. But yeah, so today I have 2 lectures from 9 till 11. So 9 till 11, 2 1-hour lectures. And then I have a 3-hour gap in order to do work. I found a room that's available during those times using my catalogue of timetables on my phone. It's literally like 20 to 8. I don't know how I got here so quickly. I'm trying to play a game. I seem to average about 44.5, between 44 and 45 miles to the gallon when driving here. I'm trying to get that above 45, and yet I still got here really quick. I was going slow, essentially, making sure I wasn't accelerating too fast or anything like that. Look at how dead campus is at this time. Jesus. But yeah, I'm going to pop to the library now to get myself an internet connection, upload my daily vlog, hopefully get all that sorted by 8 o'clock, and then I've got an hour to work on my report before I've got to do lectures. I'm not focusing, I'm going to get a lot of lecture notes today, but I'm not going to focus on typing them up until the weekend because I don't really need an internet connection to do it, and that's obviously not time critical. So time critical report followed by job applications, followed by Java programming and notes. My card seems to not let me in the morning. Yeah, so going to the library. I'm going to the warm part of the library, not the bit with the view. I like the library this early, it's nice and dead. I like a good, quiet, empty library. Some good progress down. I'm still scared that I'm not very good at formal writing. I feel like it's still too informal. I'm really going to struggle with that kind of stuff. But I'm headed to the lecture now, so 2 hours networking, then parallel, and then back into the report. Long and difficult day is over. I am probably going to car cam my way home to talk to you about it all, lol. Although to be fair, there's not really that much to say. I've just got to Google Maps and figure out where the traffic is, see what Google thinks is the best route home. It might be a case if I have to sat nav just in case I go wrong, but it looks like I'm probably just going to go the normal way back, which is a decent way with the exception of one single bit, like the bit in Bath where you sit in traffic for 10 hours, the bit where I'm going to car camp to you in. And it is now time to talk to you because they're on the radio talking about food. Apparently it's Foodie Thursday or some bullshit like that and I'm starving. So, talking to you, how's it going? Today has been a busy day today of just continuous work. And it's been I haven't really had much chance to talk to you. I've always been with people, to be honest with you. I've been with Andy all day. Not like that's a bad thing. I mean, like normally I talk to you in between moving to lectures, or when I'm going to go and sit on my own for 3 hours or something like that. It's quite cold in this car. I'm trying to man it up though and deal with it. But today, so I went to the first lecture, which was networking. Obviously took all my notes and all that kind of good stuff. And then we went to parallel straight after that, parallel programming. Took all my notes and all that kind of good stuff as well. And then we had a 3-hour gap. I thought I knew a room was free. On the timetable, it's not booked. But as we got there, like an entire lecture worth of people were going in. So obviously it was booked, which wasn't great. Also, there seems to be a car truck blocking the road on a yellow Hutchins, but he's moved now. It's good. Just why everyone's beeping their horns, getting a bit feisty, getting a bit apple pasty, you know. So in that 3-hour gap, Plusnet was supposed to ring me to tell me, give me a status report. I've now got a missed call. To be fair to them, I've just got a missed call in that last lecture. From an 0845 number, so it could be them, but I'm not looking at an answer phone message, you dicks. So probably gonna have to ring them back later. My phone battery is on its way out though, to be fair. So anyway, we had 3 hours. I went to that room that I used to go into, that really quiet room that I'm apparently not allowed into, even though my key card lets me in. So I went in there with Andy, and then Stephen came in as well, but it was literally just like headphones on. Like they'd talk a little bit, but Andy was just like doing work, and then Stephen was talking to some other guy in the room that we didn't know. Well, I didn't know. I think they were a PhD student, to be honest. I think they just happened to know each other through like maybe snooker or something. I don't know. Who knows? So those guys are just like chatting, having a bit of a chinwag. Take your handbrake off. They're having a bit of a chinwag. I'm literally like headphones on working. I might like pop my nose in a little bit. I had a half-hour lunch where I just even that was headphones watching a YouTube video, like no communication required. You shouldn't really pull forward if you can't get off the hatchings. Do you know how these things work? God, people. You get fines for that now, don't you, in London, I think? They've got cameras for it. Feistiness. So what else? After that, we then went to our intelligent agents lecture. I'm now officially ahead. I think I'm actually like a full lecture ahead on that somehow, because I think she fell behind in the lectures, and I know I've just naturally finished the lecture as well on my own. So I'm now ahead. I think next week we have a guest lecturer, and then she's going over the final tail end of game theory. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my game theory notes from A-level and see what they say, because I'm looking at this game theory and it doesn't make sense. Like I used to do game theory, I used to know it quite well. I used to quite like it. Well, quite like relatively compared to most of the other things in decision maths. But I'm now looking at all this other game theory, and I'm like, this is new. I don't know any of this. So obviously this is your final year of your degree, not your A-levels, Jamie. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and have a look at them notes. I've got them at home, so I can always do that. Also, I'm a little bit bunged up still, and my voice does still keep going. I went into a huge coughing fit, like horrendous coughing fit, in the second lecture, parallel. It was literally like 5 minutes of just coughing, spluttering as I'm trying to drink water, and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't great. So we are just flashing this car who was in the thing, is telling him to go because he can't see the green light. So yeah, intelligent agents 2 hours, then went to have a safety critical lecture. The first half of that I'd already done, because again, I'm a completionist. I like completing things, and when they say, oh, we'll continue this next lecture, what I do is then I go home and complete it on my own, if the lecture notes are available online. So I spent the first half of that finishing off the rest of the intelligent agents, so I'm now miles ahead on intelligent agents, luckily, which I like. I like being miles ahead on things. And after that, we had at 5 o'clock our last networking lecture, and it's so hard to concentrate at 5 o'clock because I saved a toffee crisp, a tactical toffee crisp that I brought with my lunchbox, and I saved it until that lecture, and it still didn't help me concentrate. To be fair, my notes aren't as sporadic. Like literally, you just see you'll look at the notes. Every other day and lecture for networking, there's decent lecture notes. And then you'll be able to go, that was Thursday night, because it's just not like as detailed as otherwise. Normally I'm like getting like good details down, I'm getting all this, and it's literally just like a series of bullet points. So it's not great, to be honest with you. It's not grand. But now we're heading on home. Tonight, oh, while I was working as well in the lab with Andy and that lot, I was doing my project proposal. I've got a first draft done. I think it's a bit informal. I think it's a bit too sales pitchy and not too, here's a scientific research thing I'm doing. I'm in a weird position because my final year project is a commercial project that I am looking to sell. It's not really, it's not scientific based research. It's all like, well, it is there's research being done, but it's kind of like end user research as opposed to, it's very easy to look at it in the software development world and just go, all I'm really doing is I've got an end user, you know, and I'm just talking to the end user and saying, yo, what do you want? And there just happens to be 5 different end users with different needs. 3 different end users at the moment. So I feel like it's quite sales pitchy of being like, this is why we're doing this, it's great, this is for this reason, and I feel like it needs narrowing down and making more formal. Obviously it's all written in Word as well, it's not written in LaTeX yet. What I'm thinking of doing is tomorrow when I go to university, I don't really have, I considered not going tomorrow because there's a lab which I don't really need, I just kind of sit there and do work, and then there's a lecture which is apparently going to be like problem classy. So I was thinking, why don't I just save petrol, stay in Bristol, go to the library. But it actually makes sense for me to go there and sit in that lab for 4 hours downloading LaTeX in like a portable way, put it on this SSD on the computer, which is nearly full. I haven't got much space for it, which is why I don't want it on there, and then offline port everything over onto the SD card, so I could do that in the car while it's like just literally copy and paste, and then in the drive it'll be like copying file A, copying file B, and all that kind of shit. I want LaTeX to be running on a separate external hard drive, but not one that I have to especially plug in, so I'm putting it onto the micro SD card instead of the SSD, which I plug in USB wise. So it's weird, there's lots of S's, not many D's, I can't figure out what's what. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that, like literally go there at 8, start downloading everything, because I can sit in that room for 4 hours straight, make sure it's all downloaded, make sure it's all set up, port it over to where I want it to port when I don't have a stable internet connection, go to the lecture, come back out, So I've got work to do. I've still got to translate my report into LaTeX, and I have to produce a Gantt chart for the plan for the project, which is hard, especially if they want it done in LaTeX. I'm strongly considering, because I need to hand in a project, put like a thing tonight, on the Friday night, to be honest with you. So I'm strongly considering going to, what am I doing? Strongly considering going to the library tonight. Me and Laura are going to have dinner. I'll ring PlusNet, get pissed, and then I'll go to, this is a long video clip, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, and then I'll go to the library in order to like use their internet and stuff, because I'm going to end up using an online tool to make the Gantt chart at this rate, and then hopefully convert it into LaTeX later, which is going to be a bitch. So that's like half my plan. This is the part of Bath, by the way, where I say you literally spend half your time here and then the rest of the time driving to Bristol. So yeah, I was planning on doing that, but then I'm not sure whether that's an effective use of my time, because essentially I won't be able to download and install LaTeX in that time. Or do I install it then, go tonight, install it, then I can spend all tomorrow doing it? That's the important thing. Like, it's literally the last part, apart from proofreading everything, it's the last part I need to do for my project proposal, then I can get that sent off and done, and then I can focus on my Intelligent Agents coursework, which is in for next Thursday, which needs to be done as well. Stuff's getting like to the point where I can't, like, I know I kind of said to Laura that, like, yeah, I'm doing 9 to 5s and stuff, and I'm free all the time to do things, and I can do whatever, whenever, but the lack of internet, where's that come from? Okay. Where are you going? where are you going? Okay. Oof. Oh dear. I don't know why that ambulance couldn't get past there, because it could. But anyway, the lack of internet at home and the feeling like I need to spend all of my home time doing things with Laura has affected how much. And to be fair, as well, being ahead on notes all the time when I should be prioritising other things also doesn't help. You know what I mean? So, and basically, in a number of different ways, I've let myself get behind on everything that isn't notes and my my actual project. Like, I've still got quite a lot of development done. I'm still ahead on the development for my final year project, just not the final year project proposal report, which is what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm now driving again now. That is literally an entire summary of my day and what I'm thinking about doing over the next however long. So you definitely shouldn't have pulled out there, Mr. Cyclist, and also you should have some lights on, for fuck's sake. Also, while I'm driving, just before I cut off and put the radio back on, and hopefully they've stopped talking about food, cyclists, wear bright clothes or something, please, for the love of Christ. The amount of times I'm now driving in the morning at like 7, or now 7 o'clock in the morning though, it's pitch black, and you see cyclists going through red lights, not wearing a helmet, not having any lights on, wearing all black, and I'm like, I did not fucking see you until you literally just came out of me in the middle of nowhere. If I was going at any kind of pace towards you, you're fucked. You're just literally fucked. There is no way I could respond and brake in time, because I just wouldn't see you. And it's just, I don't understand. Just wear something bright and put lights on your bike, and I'd go, oh look, there's a cyclist, there's a cyclist. Some cyclists are really, really good. Some of them are just clearly like fucking 20-year-olds that are like, I'll just wear all black. And it's made worse by the fact that at 7, most people are like tired, aren't they? So you're driving at a time when it's busy, because 7 o'clock is still busy. People are tired because they've just got up. It's dark, they can't see you, and you drive around like a twat with no fucking high vis or bloody lights on. I mean, Laura goes for a run and she wears like full-on high vis, well, not like a high vis coat, but like a high visibility pink, sometimes pink, she's got other colours, t-shirt, you know what I mean? And you can see her a mile off. Buy something like that, and then maybe no one will run you over and then be traumatised for life because they just ran over someone that they never even like had a chance of seeing. Or go on the bloody pavement and walk and do that. And then also, if you're a cyclist, now I'm on a rant, right? You can't go through red lights. You can't go the wrong way round a roundabout. There are rules. If you're on the road, you abide by the road rules. You act like a car. You're not a pedestrian. You can't come up to some red lights and go, oh fuck it, I'll go on the pavement, and then pretend to be a pedestrian for a bit and then cross the road. No, it doesn't work like that. You're a car. Stop at the fucking lights. The amount of times I've seen cars, cyclists just go straight over some red lights and then nearly get mowed down by a car is ridiculous. And one of those days, I might be that car that's like friggin' slamming my brakes on. I might not hit you as a cyclist, but slamming my brakes on, someone might hit me. Fuck, it really annoys me. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when I see a cyclist who isn't wearing what they're supposed to be wearing, or lights, or a helmet, or whatever. God. I mean, some cyclists do a good job. Others are idiots, and genuinely they are risking their own life and the trauma of someone else for a long time. And the thing is as well, if a car hit them, the car's going to get blamed, because they always get blamed. It's just how the world works. It's like, yeah, but the car was like 2 tons and plowed into him. He must have not been paying attention. Well, oh god, can we do this in second? It's quite steep. Well, I disagree with that. God, the amount of times I hear stories of like, oh, this happened, and people go, oh, the driver must have been doing this. And then you're like, yeah, but hold on, why? There was like Laura was telling me about a quad bike where there was like 4 kids on a quad bike that got killed by a car. And those people on a quad bike didn't have lights. They were all underage. And you're like, well, it's clearly not the fucking car's fault, then, is it? He was doing the speed on a road, on a windy country road, and ploughed into you. you shouldn't be on the road in the first place. Get the fuck out of town. So, Anyway, I'm going to put the radio back on and carry on driving because I'm now not in traffic, and I don't like talking to you when I'm not in traffic, to be honest with you, because I like to concentrate on the road. Here we go. 106 miles on this tank so far. 46 miles to the gallon. Yes, boy. Just got Laura to drop me off at the library, so I can do some work. I need to use online tools, so I need to use a stable internet connection. So that's why I'm here. And also, Laura needed the practice of driving a car without me, so now it's the first time she's driving my car without me, taking it back home, and then she's going to come and pick me up again later. Whew, it's going to be tense, isn't it? So, oh dear. Alright, let's go do some Gantt charts. I hate Gantt charts so much. Gantt charts are the bane of my existence. I've downloaded a Gantt thing and I've been doing it. I've got up to the present day. I've now got a project for the next year or so. There's so much hard work, and I know that I'm going to have to just do it all again as soon as I do it in LaTeX. That's the worst thing. This library is so small. I mean, in fairness, it does only like do medical stuff. And it probably isn't the best just to come in the day, but I shouldn't just sit in like the booths. I should just go and sit somewhere more casual, like in there. Just sitting upstairs in the quiet study area where it gets like... It's half the reason why I don't like the library in the first place. Oh dear. Anyway, waiting for Laura to come and pick me up now. And I'm back home, ladies and gentlemen. Did it good. We're just watching first dates and stuff, and I've just snuck away to finish my video. I feel like I've been rambling a bit today, so I can only apologise for that. I've got to render it and upload it, haven't I? So tomorrow I'm focusing on getting my project and stuff into LaTeX if possible. Also like fine tuning it, have a bit of a like read through before I email it off. Once it's emailed off, I can then work on intelligent agent stuff while I'm on campus, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to be working on other things like job applications, lecture notes, and more intelligent agents over the weekend. The problem is, intelligent agents I need to be attached to the internet for, and that needs to be done basically at the library, which is really shit. But we get internet on the 5th now, not the 28th. So we've got another 2 weeks to wait. 2 weeks today, it'll be installed. I just want to use my computer. Either way, thanks for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you later.